Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager. This is their part number 30S, 3x12 US28 is what it is. This is a typical push plate is what it is. It's typical in the sense that it's a 30S. 30S means that it is a flat push plate that is 50 thousandths of an inch thick. My caliper tells me 0.05 with the applied film, but yes, that's incredibly accurate. So 50 thousandths of an inch, has a standard beveled edge on it, which is typical and common. You would certainly want a beveled edge because that would not be a pleasant experience if it wasn't. This is 3x12, so that sets it a little apart of the most common plates in the size department. 3x12. Why? Because, well, it's awfully small for a push plate, is the bottom line. You would use this if you had like a 4-inch wide style, some sort of restriction on the door that you couldn't use a standard size, which would be about 4x16 would be typical. You know, you want a push plate needs to be installed and be functional. In order to be functional, it needs to cover the door for the the reason you're applying it in the first place. That's far too small for the typical average hand. 4 inches is even too small. It gets really to 6-inch before you won't see a wear mark on the outside of the door, like if it's a restroom in a restaurant door. So someone's obviously putting something on a door because they're possibly restricted in space, or they just don't want a lot of hardware. This could be a residential application, even though the client ordered just one, which is a bit unusual. Maybe they have a double-acting door from a dining room to a kitchen, and you don't want a lot of hardware. It's really there almost for looks, even though, sure, you'll push the push plate, I suppose, but it needs to perhaps complement the door itself rather than the absolute functionality of it being used countless times a day that you'd have in a airport terminal sort of application. It's going to include holes for screws. Fasteners are included as well in a complementary finish. This is US28. That means two things. It means that it's made of aluminum and that it is in a clear anodized aluminum finish. That blue that you see there is just a peel-away protective film covering the anodized aluminum. There is some supporting documentation down below. Let's switch to the screen view now and take a closer look. This is the item that we are here looking at, 30S 3x12 US28. 50 thousandths, includes screws, which happen to be a number 6x5/8 oval head screws. Now there are some documents. Drawing, let's take a look at what that is. Okay, so it's some sort of a technical drawing from the manufacturer. This was not anything that you would find in a catalog, and likely not something you'd find online. How we have it, I can't be sure how we came into possession of it, but I wouldn't say there's anything too proprietary here. It does show the different sizes that are available. Probably far too much technical information for the average consumer. Let's switch to the template. We'll look at that one next. This is not a template for the item we're looking at. This is an 8x16. But they're saying also available in these other sizes. So, this will probably be a generic document from the manufacturer for this. Okay. Now, there's a link to the product catalog, and that's handy because that will allow you to review the other items available from Hager in this category. The 30S is available in a 3x12, 3.5/15, 4x16, 6/16, 8/16. Those are just the standard sizes. You can have any size you want, whether this is a push plate or a mop plate, kick plate, armor plate, stretcher plate. It's a piece of flat material. Aluminum, brass, bronze, or stainless steel. Okay, so you're not restricted by size by any means. These just happen to be standard sizes. Very common is 3.5x15, probably 4x16. Very common as well. You'll see the wider ones occasionally, but really only in airport, hospital applications, government buildings where there's tremendous volume on doors. Same concept with a radiused corner here, and then a rounded corner. The 60S is different in that it is a laminate material that's 1/8 of an inch thick. The 70S is clear laminate. You'll very often see clear push plates used in applications where they want the door to show through for whatever reason. There might be a painted mosaic on the doors. You'll see those those sorts of applications in restaurants, etc. 80S is the same as the 30S, except the 80S is 125 thousandths. It's a 1/8 of an inch thick. So if you're looking for the thick, flat goods, it would be an 80S and a push plate, 1/8 of an inch, very thick. And you'll see 80S in government projects. Again, very high volume. 90 is going to be a radius corner. 100T, rounded bevel, top and bottom push plate. Obviously going to give you a rounded bevel on the top and bottom. I've not seen one of these, but that will give you a particular look when you're looking at the edge of the plate. The 110S is a half circle, not that uncommon. We do sell a handful of those every year, and you will certainly see those on pairs of doors because it kind of matches really nice. We have an order going with for a client right now with Hager for some 110S with 3G pull handles, all in a polished stainless. In the push plate realm would be a 120L. This is a combination push with a pull capability, and this would be very commonly seen with an exit device and a rim cylinder. Turn the key, retract the latch, pull it open. Security push and pulls, and I believe these will be through bolted. Yeah, sex nuts and bolts. So the security material will be through bolted. Push plate with a combination push pull here. Now, let's see what else is on this page. That pretty much covers what's on this page. Let's look at the different finishes that we can do on this material. And the 30S is available in US 10 satin bronze, US 10B oil rub bronze, US 26 polished chrome. About polished chrome, I don't think you want that. That's a plating over brass. You're better off with a polished stainless because the plating it will wear off with time. US 26D satin chrome, US 28 aluminum, US 3 polished brass, US 32 polished stainless, 32D brushed stainless, and US 4 is satin brass. Different base materials. There are all 4 base materials represented here. Brass, stainless, stainless, brass, aluminum, brass, bronze, bronze. Okay. Now, there was that link below this video here to the manufacturer's page. When we click on that, we'll be able to get to the page where we can review all things Hager related that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation here. There's also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog, and other encyclopedic documents are kept here as well, such as the Hager keying service manual is here. If you not related to a push plate, along, by the way, with a companion video here of that document, Hager has a comprehensive offering of a platform of cylinder construction. They have a relatively unique take on keying and key blanks and cylinder construction, really allowing you to use a single blank in all different types of applications, both conventional and removable core. And removable core is what it would be. There's also a 2010 ADA standards for accessible design. Why does that apply to Hager? Well, Hager makes material that's governed by ADA, such as thresholds, such as lock sets. So that document is here for that sort of reference. Let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, a very typical and common piece of equipment, flat goods from Hager, whose name is synonymous with commercial building products. Obviously, flat goods, push plates, pull handles, pull plates, stretcher, mop, kick, armor plates. Every variation that you can do on this material, different thicknesses as we went over just now, lock sets, hinges, exit devices, electrified hardware, weather stripping, sliding door material as well, Roton aluminum continuous geared hinges, and they've been in the business since the mid-19th century. So there you go. Any questions on the Hager 30S and a 3x12 US28 plate, push plate, or whatever you're going to use it for? It's just a piece of flat aluminum, or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.